Hey there! So it's been a few months. I know. So I thought I would just kind of do a chatty get ready with me. I don't know if people still do those. I've never done one, so I don't know if it's even something that y'all are interested in watching, but I wanted to let you know what I've been up to, what I have planned, and I wanted to get it out there so you all know that I'm still here, I'm still filming, the channel is still a thing. It's just, I had a lot on my plate. So we're gonna start at the beginning, January of 2024. Around this time of year, because it's January now again, I get really motivated and I come up with some great ideas, very ambitious ideas, and I figure out just how I can do all of them, right? And so this time last year, I had my sights set on my backyard. So I have a pretty sizable backyard for where I live, and I really would like to be able to film back there more often. So I want to make it look pretty. Start a garden. That's something I'm really interested in doing because I need more hobbies, I guess. I don't know. And I really wanted to fence it in so that my dog could just go out and do his thing and not have to go on a leash. So we figured out how much it would cost, figured out all the supplies we needed, watched some YouTube videos because we were going to do this ourselves. We were planning on having this done in one 3-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We were going to have this whole project done. Yeah. So as I said before, I have a pretty sizable backyard. So not only did we not get it done Memorial Day weekend, we didn't get it done all summer. I actually looked up, I don't know why I didn't do this first, but I looked up how long it would take to do this size fence, and for an experienced crew of 3 to 5 workers with equipment that we didn't have, like my boyfriend was digging those holes with a post digger. He didn't have like a jackhammer. We didn't have any of those types of tools. With all that, it should take 3 days. And here we were thinking that 2 inexperienced people without those types of tools would get it done in 3 days. Yeah, so that was the first thing. We worked on it as often as possible, and we did have a stretch where it rained a lot, so we couldn't work on it. But that did make it so that I had to do less YouTube, because that's when I work on my YouTube videos, is the weekend, my days off. And instead, I was working on a fence. Then we had my video that, my last sewing video, I think it was. Yeah, where I made the purple dress with the green corset. I had finished that. I thought it turned out pretty well. And I was working on being a good little YouTuber that edits when she says she's gonna edit to get videos out on time. So I was like pushing myself to edit at times where I wasn't particularly awake, I wasn't particularly into it. At the time, I was so proud of myself for doing that. But in the end, it took me 2 to 3 times longer than it needed to, because I would have to go back and redo stuff that I did wrong when I wasn't really feeling it. Holy jeez, when was the last time I plucked my eyebrows? This is the problem with having a million lights on you, is you see stuff that you don't normally care about. So anyway, I get that video done, it's published, and after that I make up this whole program that's going to make filming and editing so much easier. I just write down the formula step by step of what you need to do in what order, because for whatever reason when I was doing it for that video, I just completely forgot the things that needed to be done and just did them completely out of order and had to go back and redo stuff and delete things and start over, and it was a mess. And then my filming was a mess too, because I just filmed everything like I used to when I first started. I learned nothing, I guess. So I was so proud of this formula that I concocted for myself, and I thought this would help people. We can do something with this, right? So I filmed a whole video explaining the process, explaining how you can make your own process, explaining how planning ahead makes things easier and is better, which I stand by. For anyone wondering, yes, I am blind without my glasses. It's brown, right? Yes. So I filmed a whole video explaining this process, explaining how you can use this process to get your own projects done, how it was going to help me, and low-key promising that it wasn't going to take me as long to get a video out. Really glad I didn't publish that. Really glad. When I went to edit that video and I watched it over, I realized that it was a lot of words for something that could be a short. And in today's society, nobody is going to sit through a 15-minute video that they can see in a 90-second video. So I made it into a short. I did the voiceover for it anyway, I should say. And the footage that I had planned for it, I just never got around to filming. And the further I got away from when I initially came up with the plan, and the less excited I was about it, and the more it was kind of commonplace, the more I thought maybe this video isn't really going to help anybody. And so I kind of scrapped the idea. How does that look? I don't know. I cannot see. I don't know if it's the lighting or if it's just that I'm blind. No, but I can't see. My bra keeps peeking out. So that video never happened. The next video I did was originally meant to be a 3-part, and I still want it to be. It's a 3-part project, but I might not be able to do all 3 parts in the same year because it's seasonal. And if I don't get seasonal content out on time, then it's just not relevant to anybody. And it's not going to do as well the next year because it's not new. It's kind of a bummer when nobody watches it. And I don't blame them, because who wants to watch it when it isn't relevant? I got the first sewing project completed, and I just needed to film the reveal. But that is also a seasonal thing. I want to film the reveal in a particular setting, and I can't do that but for one time of year. I got the project done, I got the video done, I did a lot of the editing, but when it came time to do the reveal, every weekend it rained, and so I did not get to film the reveal that I had waited for. And I thought about doing some other reveal, and I didn't want to. I wanted the video to look the way I wanted it to look, and I figured it can wait till next year. Now it's this year, and when that time of year comes around again, I have a project that's done, and the filming's done, and I just need to do the reveal and edit, finish editing, and then it's done. So win-win, right? This is really hard to do. It's so bright that I can't even see my makeup. Once I got to the point where that video wasn't going to come out on time, I had done the sewing machine review, which was a big hit, and a lot of people watched it. It helped a lot of people. A lot of people contributed in the comments on their thoughts, which, if you are considering that sewing machine, look at the comments, don't just watch the video, because some people added some stuff there, and it's good to have different perspectives. But that was my last video, and then the next project that I had in mind, I never even started, because I told my boyfriend that I would make him a Renaissance costume. So I started making him a Renaissance costume. It's over here if you want to see. That's part of it. So that's inside out, because I have to sew the lining to it and everything. And that's just the jerkin doublet. The top part. I still have to make him the pants, and I want to make him a hat. So it's going to be 3 pieces that I was going to make in all, and I didn't even finish one. because I don't know why I sit down and I think I'm going to be able to do so much more than I can do. And I don't know if it's because other people do it, or maybe I just think other people can do it. I don't know. But I always think I can sew more than I can. And then I get upset with myself when I can't. That didn't get done. Around that same time, I decided to film another video, which is the one that I have. It's almost completely finished. It just needs some of the footage that's being added to it. It's even almost completely finished being edited. Like, I already did that part. I just need like the explanations. It's not a sewing video. It's like an instructional video, like, you know, something that should help people starting on sewing, or I hope it'll help people starting sewing. We shall see. I know you're not supposed to do this, but my eyelids are so wrinkly that nothing's gonna happen if I don't. So, obviously, Renaissance outfit means that it was Renaissance Fair season. I was trying every weekend to try and go to the Renaissance Fair, and again, it was raining or sold out or something. We were going with friends, so like some of the weekends that it was raining or sold out, we went and did something else instead. So weekends spent with that. No regrets. Like, don't ever, if you are doing YouTube, don't ever not have a good time with your friends or family in order to make a video. That's the way I see it. If this was my job, it'd be a little bit different, but if this was my job, I would have all week to work on it and not just the weekend. It was my thought initially that I would be able to take some of that Renaissance Fair footage and make a quick video. However, the weekend we went ended up being sold out. We got tickets, but it was sold out, and it would not have been fun to try and film. It was hard enough to walk around. It was crazy. If you've ever been to a Renaissance Fair when it was sold out, it's not great. And it was probably one of the worst Renaissance Fair experiences that I had, where I actually got to go, and I felt really bad because one of our friends had never been to one before. So after the Renaissance Fair, obviously I don't have to worry about getting my boyfriend's Renaissance Fair costume done quite so soon. I have a little bit more time with that, so I can go back to doing YouTube stuff. I wanted my weekends. December came, and Christmas, and all of that, and I got sick. It was just a cold, but it was probably the worst cold I have ever had in my life. I don't know that I've ever called off work for a cold, and I called off 2 different days. I think my eyes are done, right? My glasses need to be cleaned, that's for sure. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see the specs? Can I show you? Look at the glasses. No, you just look... Wow, the focus even changes so you can't even tell how bad my eyes are. Interesting. So, I guess I can't put my glasses on. Darn. Anyway, December and the beginning of January, because this started middle of December, I tried really hard to just take care of myself and do all the things that I always tell other people they should do when they're sick. And I did a really good job. And I didn't get mad at myself. I was just good to myself. You know, I'm going through this in my head, and I was thinking, yeah, what was I doing in November and December that was taking up all my time? That's weird, just saying that I wanted my weekends. That doesn't seem right. Because it isn't right. Because I don't know why I forgot about this, but I need a drink for this. I make my mom's birthday present every year. This year I had a really good idea to make her a custom calendar where The pictures for each month would be kind of a collage of family photos. And then on like birthdays, we could have a picture of that person. Now my family is large, okay? We're the Brady Bunch +1. And also we're in like the second, I guess we're now like going into like the third generation of the Brady Bunch +1 because my niece just had a baby. So I'm actually now a great aunt. Wild, right? But I knew this calendar would take a long time, so I started in November. Oh my goodness, back up. Oh my goodness, Okay, back up to October. Renaissance Fair season ended. I am in a book club. Mostly we read kind of like self-help, self-improvement type books. And the book that I had suggested because I heard a couple YouTubers talk about it was The Artist's Way. And I did not realize that it's not just like a book that you read, it's like a course that takes up all your time. I started that around that time. So it's a 12-week course. Actually, I think I must have started it in October because we ended it in December and it's 12 weeks. Yeah, so it must have been. Maybe even September. That sounds right. So it takes up a lot of your time. And then in November, I started this calendar for my mom, and that took up a ton of time. I actually was skipping out on Artist's Way tasks because it was taking up so much time. I didn't even get that done because then I got sick in December and I was trying to take it easy, and then I ran into a bunch of setbacks with the calendar. I didn't get that done until like a couple weeks ago. It's been wild. And that's why I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know life happens. If you're in a similar situation where you do something that's kind of a hobby, like I'd like to do YouTube full-time and I do enjoy doing it, but right now it's just a hobby and you can't get to it because life gets in the way, don't sweat it, but go back to it. Don't just say, oh, well, I fell out of it and never got back into it. Get back to it. If it's something you really enjoy doing, you should do it. My plan for this year is to do more talking videos. Not really like this, but talking videos on relevant content that, has to do with sewing or aesthetics or, just in that realm, whether it be instructional or commentary or, things that aren't necessarily sewing videos, so that I can work on more elaborate sewing projects. When I first wanted to learn how to sew back 20 years ago or whenever it was so that I could sew like Renaissance gowns or, Elizabethan gowns, that sort of thing. Because I really liked them, I couldn't afford them, and really sewing them was like my only option. If we're being realistic, I wouldn't have been able to afford sewing them back then either, because that is also expensive. It's just cheaper than buying them because you don't pay yourself. But anyway, I wanted to do it for that reason, and I haven't been able to do that because I'm trying to do like quicker projects. I'm trying to do projects that I can kind of wear on the daily, and it's just not satisfying me. I kind of want to do those big elaborate projects, and if I only wear it to one thing, or if I only wear it for the photo shoot, then that's fine. I want to make what I want to make and not really worry about the practicality of it, because we're at a point where I should have a full wardrobe and I don't. I guess what am I losing out on by doing it this way? I want to do more talking videos to kind of fill in so that I still have the same level of content, not that I had last year, but that I hoped to have last year, and just help this channel grow and help people out there that might be watching my videos and like listening to me, I guess. Can you guys tell this video is unscripted? This is why I don't do it. How do I look? Fancy? Anyway, that's how I get ready. You guys want to see what I use? Really? The only thing that I bought on purpose was this. So I'll show you this. Bien Maquillage. You probably saw them on Instagram. That's how I saw them, where like it's the magic foundation. And I will say it is pretty good. It works really well. The trick with this is don't use too much. You'll hear people say that, oh, it's so cakey. You use too much. That's the problem. But you only need a little bit. This is Maybelline. This is LA Colors. This is LA Colors because these are cheap. And I kind of feel like I don't need those to be spectacular. And then this is Spoiled Child. I don't know if you've seen the Spoiled Child like hair masks. They're great, highly recommend, but they send you a free gift with each order, and I've gotten 2 of these, so, but I use them, so it's fine. As a little off topic, but I know that usually when people do a get ready with me, they show you everything that they put on your face, and I didn't show you anything. So, I don't normally wear makeup. I really only wear it for YouTube videos. Now that I'm all dolled up, I will go ahead and film that next video, and I hope you all had great holidays, a great new year, and I hope 2025 treats you well as can be expected. Until next time.